time now to catch up with Kelly Poppinga. Now, we talked a lot about Utah, obviously, and the outcomes of that game, but then turn the attention to the Iowa State matchup this weekend, what he expects from his defensive ends unit, more importantly, also the special teams unit, which has been a weapon for BYU, but there's one key thing that Kelly Poppinga is looking for from BYU special teams, and you're going to hear all of that and a whole lot more coming up right now, right here on the Locked On Cougars podcast.
Kelly, I want to start off looking back at Utah just for a moment. What did you feel like you guys did best in that game, on the edges in particular?
Yeah, I was pleased with the way that we were able to pressure the quarterback. And I think ultimately, being able to get a sack early in the game, I thought that was a huge play by Hunter. They had a little play action pass, and luckily for us, one of their old linemen actually tripped on the protection, and Hunter came clean. And he had to beat a running back, but they were trying to pull a guard, and he had fallen, and kind of just luck of the draw. Hunter had a good charge on the quarterback and got him. Intentional grounding, but that was a huge play, got him to second and long, and then we were able to get him to punt on that series. And then I think the ensuing drive was the drive that our offense ended up scoring after that. So I was very pleased with that. And then later on in the game, who was it? Tausili kind of had a couple rushes, a really good rush at the end of the game where it led to a quarterback ended up throwing the ball away. I think he beat Fano on the left side right there. And so anyway, I was pleased with that. And then I just thought, Logan played tough. He's being super productive right now as far as just in the run game with tackles and setting the edge. And so for the most part, the issues wasn't so much in the box as out of the box, where they gave us some issues with their fly sweeps and some perimeter plays. But I thought, from tackle to tackle, we did a really good job stopping the running back runs and the quarterback runs for the most part.
How gratifying was it late in that game to see Tausili getting pressure with a three-man alignment? Yeah,
it was great, man. Tausili's he's a really good player. He's coming along. He played the most he's played all year long, and we'll continue to use him in a certain role that he has, but he's earning other roles as well. But he's just he's one of our most dynamic pass rushers, and we just got to continue to see him progress, and he's progressing in the manner that we like. Now we just got to continue to do it in games.
Are you seeing the progression across the board? You mentioned Hunter Clegg getting a sack. Nusi Taumui-Peau's come in and made some plays the last couple of weeks. Are you seeing the progression from those young players?
Yeah, they're coming along. Smart guys. All of them are smart. And I think Nusi's role is going to continue to increase too as well. And so it's good. I think we've got really good young depth with a very veteran guy in Logan that's able to teach these guys the right way of how it's supposed to be done. And so very pleased with those three guys.
Looking ahead to Iowa State this week, you have a bye week coming up. Columbus mentioned the thing before, we're emptying the tank, just getting after it, and understanding you have some extra time off after this. What's the mentality going into this?
It's really no different than any other game, to be honest with you. I mean, this is the next game on our schedule. This is the biggest game on our schedule because it's the next one, and so it's just another team that's in our way, in our goal of winning at least playing in a Big 12 championship game is where we want to get to. And so Iowa State's a really good team. They're it's going to be a phenomenal atmosphere, last time they came here they put it on us, so we know what they're capable of, and they played in the conference championship game a year ago, so they're really good. They were ranked 12th or 13th a couple of weeks ago, so this is a very, very good football team that we're about ready to face. So we're going to have to play our best game of the year. Our preparation is going to have to be the best of the season, and we're going to have to continue on the track of getting takeaways, not turning the ball over, playing great field position with special teams, all those things that have helped us get to this point. It's going to be exciting. I'm excited to get the guys back on the road, kind of a us against the world mentality, and have a little chip on our shoulder. I think our guys have responded very well on the road this year.
Talking with Jay, he talked about that game against Iowa State a couple of years back as being like a growing up moment for this team. Understand, this is the week-to-week grind in the Big 12. Do you kind of have that same sentiment?
Oh yeah. I think after we go to West Virginia, and anybody can say whatever they want about West Virginia, but on the road at Arizona, then Utah, then Iowa State, and then all those other teams having minutes. This is a grinder, but this is what we've wanted forever. This is what everybody's wanted, and we've got it right here in front of us, and now it's our job to take advantage of what we have in front of us, and see these succeed in this role of being in the Big 12. It's fun. This is what the fans have wanted. It's what the players have wanted. What the program has wanted. Now it's here, and it's exciting.
What's the challenge of going against a guy like Rocco Becht?
Yeah, he's an excellent passer, very good scrambler, very good runner. They have QB design run stuff that they love to as well. So I think he's at the end of the day, in my opinion, probably the most complete quarterback in the Big 12 that we're going to be facing. You know, maybe Cincinnati's guy, there might be an argument for him, but this guy is, I mean, he can make every throw, and he sees things very well, throws things on time, doesn't get sacked very often. O-line does a good job protecting him. Plus, then they have a run game, you know, that helps them, you know, throw shots down the field. So it's a scheme that they've had a ton of success with, obviously with the head coach being an offensive guy and an O-line guy. I mean, they know their stuff, and this quarterback's been in the system now for 3 years, so it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be, I think, by far and away the best offense we've seen all year, as far as just a complete offense that can run the ball at a high level but also throw the ball at a high level. And so it'll be a great challenge for our defense. We're excited to see how it's going to go.
Yeah. Does their scheme remind you of anybody in particular?
Yeah, I mean, I would say kind of similar to Stanford in the way that we played.
Yeah.
You know, that we played earlier in the season, similar to Stanford. You know, they love to use tight ends, so we're going to see a bunch of tight ends throughout the game and a bunch of different personnel groupings. And so, I think the running backs I think they have 2 of the best running backs we'll see all year, and so 3 or 4 of the best tight ends we'll see all year, and some receivers outside. I mean, they got great personnel. They've done a great job recruiting. We really respect these guys, and we know it's going to be a big challenge going into their place on Saturday.
How gratifying as a special teams coordinator to see that phase of the game performing as well as it has?
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting. I mean, I'm a little disappointed we haven't got any touchdowns up to this point.
Okay,
you know?
fair.
You know, after last year, I don't know if we'll ever exceed that, but that was, you know, we're halfway through the season and not a special teams touchdown yet, but we're not going to, you know, try to worry about that too much. I get reminded of all the time when I go home to my family. My little kids are like, "Hey, Dad, when are we going to get a punt return or a kick return?" And I was like, "Okay, well, they got a little spoiled last year." But I think that, you know, we're playing. I think our punt team's been as good as as good as anybody in the country. This last week we gave up a return that wasn't like us, but we'll get back on track this week, I believe. And I just being able to get that fumble in the game was a big deal.
Yeah.
And, you know, the week before getting Parker to set up our offense for a touchdown at the end of the game. And so we just got to continue to do what we do, and that's kind of the message: is we got to play our brand of football. And when we play our brand of football, we'll be hard to beat. But when we get outside of what we're supposed to do and start playing somebody else's brand, that's when we get ourselves in trouble. So we got to play our brand for 60 minutes to give ourselves the best shot to win this game.
That muff punt, I was told it was called like a poison pill ball from Sam. Is it like, does he have specific types of kicks he can
No.
make? Okay.
If he told you that he totally mishit that kick and we just got a lucky bounce.
Okay.
I wish I could tell him, "Hey, Sam, let's kick a crappy ball right here and see if this guy will muff it."
And
I wish it was that simple. But yeah, it worked out. Sometimes that's what happens, right? Punters hit bad balls, and, you know, for us, that just took a good bounce for us. You know, and you look at their punt returner, and, you know, I coach our guys the same way, where we want to catch everything. We don't want that ball to bounce if we can field it securely, because that ball bounces, now it's going to roll 20, 50, you know, 20 to 25 yards right there. And so, but yeah, it was a tough one to catch, and I'm glad we were able to hop on it, and then our offense goes and scores some points right there. So that was a good deal.
How high of a confidence level do you have in a guy like Will Ferrin?
Yeah, we're extremely confident in Will. I think he's ready at any moment to kick any kick. Sometimes we get out in that 60-yard range, and he's like, "Hey, Coach, are we going to kick it? We're going to kick it." I'm like, "No, we're not going to kick a 60-yarder unless we have to win a game," you know? But he's extremely confident in himself, and I think he feels very good about the operation with the snap and the hold and the protection. And so he's one of the best I've been around as far as mindset and just staying in the moment. He does a great job of that.
Well, Kelly, thanks for the time.
Yeah, appreciate it.
A big thank you, as always, to guys like Kelly Poppinga for joining us here on the podcast. A great chat with him, and he wants touchdowns. He wants to see a special teams unit break through, and to be a great time. If BYU can get a special teams touchdown on the road at Jack Trice Stadium against Iowa State, I would venture to say that is going to help BYU's chances of winning this football game on the road go up a whole significant percentage. We're talking like, I don't know, 20, 30, 40%, because those special teams touchdowns, they seem to bolster a team when they happen. And BYU, as he mentions, has not had that this year, but got a little spoiled last year. Let's be real. They had a lot of those special teams touchdowns a year ago. But now, speaking of Iowa State, would be a great time to have that be a part of the outcome on Saturday afternoon.